All right, all right. Okay, okay. Okay, okay. All right. Oh my goodness. Ah, oh my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. First of all, I'm going to have to say this is my weather here. This is the second day of spring. I love it. I love it. The sun is out. It's beautiful. I'm spending time with my godmother, having a beautiful, wonderful day. Yes, yes, yes. God is so good. He is so, so, so good and worthy to be praised and honored and glorified. I have natural lighting now because I'm outside. This is so exciting. I'm just going to give it a few minutes. Uh, yes, a few minutes, let some people come in, and then I'm going to start talking. But in the meantime, I'm going to talk about just how beautiful today is and how God is. He is so wonderful. Oh my goodness, I am loving this. If you guys can't tell, I love, 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 love spring and summer. Summer is my favorite season. It stays light longer in the spring and in summer, and then the sun is shining, it's warm. God's glory. Because people who know me know I do not like the cold. So I am like so excited about this. Of course, I'm over my godmother's house and we're by the highway. So I hope you guys can hear me. So I'm going to talk louder than usual because of the highway, the expressway, but it's okay. It is still gorgeous out here. Loving it, loving it, loving it, loving it. Oh my goodness. It feels so good out here. But as you can see in the title, welcome, welcome, welcome to Saturday Awareness Reset Saturday. So, welcome, welcome to Awareness Reset Saturday. Yes. And as you can see, this is what we're going to talk about signs that your season is changing. Yes, yes, yes. Welcome to Awareness Reset Saturday because we are resetting, we are becoming aware, we're going to have clarity of what season God has us in, how we're supposed to navigate, and what does it mean, the signs, and how He wants us to move for the next position, for the next plan He has for us, because He has so much for us. And like I said before, last week, the main scripture that I'm always going to go by for this is Ecclesiastes 3:5. A time to, oh no, not that one, excuse me. Ecclesiastes 3, number 1. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. So there's a season and there's a time for everything that is under the heavens. So the key is to figure out and understand and identify what season God has you in and how to move in that season. Because I always say you are not stuck, you are just unaware. And awareness is a doorway that God uses to release purpose, provision, and peace. So welcome to Awareness Reset Saturday. And this is where we stop, we slow down, we reset our thinking, okay? Because many people believe that they are stuck, but they're not stuck. They just as unaware of the season that they are in, and they don't know how to navigate the season that they're in. I will say that again. This is a safe space for us to stop and slow down and reset our thinking so that we can gain clarity of the season that we are in and how to navigate that season, because so many people believe that they are stuck, but they are not stuck. The reality is they just don't know what season they are navigating and how to move in that season. So right now we're going to talk about the signs of your season changing. When your internal capacity, and this is what has developed inside of you, what has matured inside of you. Number one, spiritually first, always. When your internal capacity has grown, when you have matured internally, but your external structure stays the same, you start to feel restless, frustrated with routines, and you become aware that something is no longer fitting where you are at. Mentally, you are ahead of your current environment. You are outgrowing your current structure. You have developed and matured within, especially in your mind. You are not the same person who you were a few years ago. Let me say that again. You have matured inwardly. Your internal capacity has grown, but your external structure has remained the same. And now you're feeling frustrated with the routines, the same routines that you are doing. You're feeling this tension. You're feeling restless because your internal capacity, which means what has developed inside of you, has grown. But the structure that you are still in externally has not changed. And so that's where the tension and the pressure comes in. So I'm going to give some examples of what internal capacity, what has developed inside of you. Number one is your mindset has matured. Your mindset has matured. Spiritual understanding has deepened. See, I can talk about this because I have been through this, and I'm actually going through a transition season as I am speaking. So, examples of your internal capacity growth, what has developed inside of you. Number one, like I said, is your mindset has matured. Your spiritual understanding has deepened. Your leadership abilities has grown. Your confidence has increased. Discernment has sharpened. So examples of your external environment, and this what this is the environment around your life. So your external structure is what's going on around your life. Let me rephrase this again. Examples of your external structure. This is the environment that is around your life. This is what hasn't changed, but your internal capacity has matured, but your external structure has not, and it has remained the same. So your job, your schedule, your income structure, your responsibilities, your environment, and your opportunities, all of that has stayed the same, but you have matured inwardly. God has matured you spiritually, mentally, emotionally, because it always starts in your mind first. Your thinking and awareness and your ability has, excuse me, let me rephrase that. Your thinking, awareness, and ability to handle responsibility has increased. Let me repeat that and say that again. Your thinking, awareness, and ability to handle responsibility has increased. You have matured spiritually and mentally, and that's more important. So when your internal capacity has grown, but your external structure has remained the same, that's where the tension comes in. And that's part of the signs that your season is changing. I can talk about it because I am going through a transition season right now. And at first, I didn't understand it, but now I understand it. So a lot of people feel like they're stuck. So when you hear people say, I feel stuck, what they're talking about is that they're restless, they're discomfort. And that discomfort, like I said before, doesn't mean that you have failed. It just means that your external structure needs to change because it hasn't changed because you have matured spiritually and mentally. So I'm going to give you another example. Just imagine somebody who has developed leadership skills. They have developed to lead, teach, and mentor someone. Okay. And internally, they have developed wisdom, clarity, and vision. But externally, they're still working a limited role. They're doing the same repetitive work. They're not using their full ability, even though they have matured and developed the ability to lead, teach, and mentor. So internally, they gain wisdom, clarity, vision, and confidence, but they're still in the same role that they are in. They're still doing the same repetitive work. They're not using their abilities to enhance themselves with the development that Okay, that just kind of messed up. Let me say that again. They are not using the skills that they have developed to take them further. So they are still being stuck in the same repetitive role, doing the same thing over and over and over. They are not able to use the abilities and skills that they have developed. So now all of a sudden they're feeling tension. And so that's where the tension comes in. That's where the mismatch comes in, and it creates internal pressure because they have developed internally, mentally, emotionally, and psychologically. Well, it's the same thing, mentally and psychologically, and educational wise. But they still in the same role, and that pressure is starting to come in and come down on them. I've been there. I could talk about it. And that is what is called a mismatch, and it creates a internal pressure, which means it comes from within. So what this truly means is that this tension often signals a transition season. That's what it's saying. It doesn't necessarily mean that you need to stop what you're doing, but it means that your life structure will eventually need to shift. That means you will have to come up with new strategies, a new plan, or what you need to do to align who you are becoming with your external structure. Because your internal structure, your capacity has grown, but your external structure is not catching up with it. And that takes time. I hope this makes sense to you guys. So I'm going to use a biblical example with King David. Now, remember when he was anointed to be king, King David. So internally, he has developed leadership, courage, faith, and authority. Okay. But externally, he was still a shepherd, and he was still serving under King Saul. Remember that. And I believe he started to he reigned to become king maybe 10 or 14 years later. You got to do the math, look it up yourself. But remember with King David, when he was first anointed to be king, he didn't take the throne right off. King Saul was still there, even though God dethroned him. But anyway, so internally, he had developed leadership skills, courage, faith, and authority. But he was still a shepherd, and he was still serving under King Saul. So that's what it means about your internal capacity has grown, but your external structure is still the same. Eventually, the structure did change for King David. It did, but it didn't change right off. So why does God do this? God always develops our capacity before the opportunity, which means he builds our character. He prepares us for the assignment and the purpose he has for us. He has to grow us up spiritually and mentally. You have to be able to handle what he has created you for. Whatever your assignment is that he has for you, whatever the purpose is, whatever that expected end is, you have to be mature enough to handle it, that you do not mess it up. You have to be able to steward it right. Because if God gave you the opportunity first and you are not matured or developed, then you will not be ready to steward it properly and righteously. So that's what God did for me, and that's what he's still doing for me. And I am grateful for that. Sometimes it hurts, but if you look at how God is doing it, you will be grateful, because when you get the assignment, when he gives you the full responsibility, you will appreciate it more, and you will respect it more, and you will honor what he has put inside of you. So you have to remember capacity, maturity first, structure second. So go back over this video, look at this, and remember the signs that your seasons, the signs of your season changing. Now, if this resonates with you and you are navigating a season of transition and you want structure, clarity, not just context, not just content, this is exactly why I created the Purpose Alignment Intensive. And this is a 90-minute session where we identify where your misalignment is at, what season that you are in, and what's your near next step. The link is in the bio. So please do not give up on that abundant life that Jesus promised in John 10:10. You guys have a blessed and prosperous day in the kingdom of God.